Hey YouTube, just gonna invite you along with a little project I'm doing with a used saw blade. Rather than throwing this whole thing out, I decided to make a knife. So hang with me and I'll show you the steps that I took. Hope you enjoy it. Just use my angle grinder to cut it out. That looks a little bit better there. I'm going to grind the edges off smooth on the table grinder. Wet sanding begins. Just a little bit of wet sanding here. Oh, actually a lot of wet sanding. The boring parts. The boring parts. Alright. Well, it's not looking too bad. The wet sanding seems to take forever, but it's 1,000, let's see. Oh, that was 800 grit. It turned out pretty good. Now I'm going to buff it out. It'll still have some minor little, micro little lines in it, but I think it'll turn out pretty decent when it's all said and done. There's a little trick I like to do is I tape up the chuck. That way if it accidentally, sucks it up in there and causes a problem, it's less likely to really gouge the blade. So, when I'm buffing. So, anywho, just for what it's worth. This is pecan wood. It is some really hard wood. Messy too. Alright, I've got the 2-part epoxy resin. Put it on the wood. Got the blade, the handle, the tang part sandwiched here. And we're gonna let her set. I'll drill some holes to run my pins through after a while. Well, after it dries and hardens. So that's where we're at so far. Alright, let's see how the sharpening has turned out. It looks pretty good. I've still got to work on the handle. We're going to do some final sanding and then some staining. Oh. Ooh, that's pretty decent. The curvature of the blade kind of hinders some of the the action, I guess. But it is actually pretty sharp. Yeah. We'll go with that for now. When I put the handle on, I intentionally made it oversized. I don't know if you can see that little line there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand this all down now and get it down to the size of the tang, to where it actually follows the full contour of the tang, and it'll clean up nice, I think. Well, we got the handle sanded down nicely. A little bit of a flat spot left there. It actually works out really nice because that gives you that perfect little position to hold that knife. I'm really pleased with it so far. It's turning out quite nice. I love the grain look on this. Alright, time for staining or oiling. Haven't decided yet. We'll figure out something. I've opted to use a wine bottle cork as the rest. Just a little slot in there, and we should be able to set it in there just about like such when it's all said and done. That's kind of what I'm looking for as a final result. I've got the holes drilled. Get ready to put some pins in it. Alright, she's looking kind of rough, but it'll clean up. I went ahead and put pins in it. Can't tell if you can see it or not. Turning out pretty nice. I love the grain. Gotta sand that down a little bit right there. It's looking good, looking good.